Oh.
You and you. Go, go!
Chick food.
We're gonna starve, Sarge!
Boys, it's summertime. Go! Hungry for some green versus tan? Fight this new Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2. Fire in the hole! Fighting in new worlds from PlayStation 2, PlayStation Game Console, Nintendo 64, and Game Boy Color. Rated everyone through teen. I've always been a leg man. Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2. Real combat, plastic man. Good to go.
Welcome to Remember 64, where this week we're good to go, as you may have already heard. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Welcome if you are here for the first time, and hello again if you are a returning listener or viewer. Here on Remember 64, we play and discuss the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between for the Nintendo 64's library. My name is David Petrangelo, and I am the true Victor Frankenstein. I shall bring you back and your friends with a bubbly drink found in your average fridge or possibly a vending machine. That's it. That's pretty much my plan, everyone. Jiggy, look back. Hello, what's your plan?
Just to get plastered.
and there's the name for it. There it is. Get plastered, everyone.
Get plastered.
First of all, you got to hear us talk about some Army Men on the 3DO experience, because we have done that in the recent weeks. If you haven't heard our guest spot on the 3DO experience with Bill and Thrak, check that out. That was fun. We played the first one. This time we're playing Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2. Bill, Thrak, welcome back to Remember 64.
Hi, hello, hi.
Hello. We talked at length about this franchise a little bit. The craziness that is 3DO in general as far as Sarge's Heroes and Army Men goes, but I'm sure we'll touch on that a little bit here and there. But I guess either one of you guys can kind of start, but you've played, if anyone hasn't heard yet, you guys have played a decent amount of the Army Men games so far. Yes. How's it been going? And I guess to kick things off a little bit, is this one of the good ones?
You start, Bill. You start.
Well, there's not a lot of good ones, so it's not hard to be one of the good ones. There's
the truth comes out. There it is.
There's like 4 that are considered good, debatably, depending on who you ask. I'd say this is one of the better ones.
Okay,
that's the easiest way to put it.
Put it on the box.
It's a series that prides itself on quantity over quality, because it's crazy to think how many games there are in the series, but yet they happened in such a short span of time. Like the year this Sarge's Heroes came out in like 2002, we probably had like 5 or 6 other Army Men games at the exact same time.
We had actually looked this up. In the previous episode, we had said there was 5 games released in 99 that year when Sarge's Heroes 1 came out. There was also 5 that came out in 2000, because this game came out the following year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
It's something that you look at it and you just think, how in the hell did they pull this off?
Right.
Like I genuinely don't understand. But I've been ranking the Army Men games personally as we've been going, because I just want to keep track. And I gotta say, Sarge's Heroes 2 is at currently the second best one we've played.
Very nice.
It's no RTS. RTS is going to be hard to top because it was actually made by a good studio.
It was made by a developer that knows how to make games. Yes.
Yeah. Good old Pandemic Studios. We miss them. I miss Mercenaries.
Oh yeah.
I miss Mercenaries all the time. Such a great game.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yeah. So Sarge's Heroes 2. Yeah. Coming off of Sarge's Heroes 1, I was like, man, I really hope this is better. And I guess the short of it is better. But by how much? I think we'll figure that out as we go.
Sure. Yeah. Part of the process is actually trying to narrow it down, right? Figure why or if maybe not. Okay, so we'll dig into that a bit. Now, before we get into Sarge's Heroes 2, I want to make sure that we did like a pretty great sort of like news segment on your show. As of recording, it was last week. So what number is that episode? I don't even know, so people can find it.
It was episode 117.
Sorry, put you on the spot, but it's 117.
Good
Yeah,
number.
there you go. Nice. It's a good number. Yeah, it feels good, right? It feels like a good number to be a part of.
Over 2 fucking years, and we're not close to done.
Yeah, that's great. Lots of 3DO awesomeness, guys. Come on.
I think it'll be fun when we near the end, when we have to start scraping the bottom of the barrel. That's gonna be the fun ones.
See, what scares me is I have to actually figure out which podcast I'm talking about half the time because I'm sitting here thinking like, it is. It's the one that's over 100. Oh wait, they're all over 100 now. Crap.
Oh wait a second.
Yeah.
The
one that has some form of direction.
Congrats on that, then. There you go. I mean, all over 100. I mean, that's pretty great. There you go.
I realized like yesterday I've recorded over 400 episodes just between all 3 shows.
Amazing. Bill the Master. There we go. The reason why I bring up a new segment on your show, which is something that you guys do every time, is that this week that we're recording this, or potentially the week that you hear this when this comes out, which is a few days later after our recording, people will have their hands on the Analogue 3D.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought we could it'd be like a little opportunity to kind of talk about it a bit because it is very much directly N64 related. I know, Jiggy, you have yours either on the way or potentially before we hit record. It could be at your doorstep at the moment.
Oh, I wish. No,
yeah, I wish.
It's on the way. I haven't really received a notification that it shipped other than the general notification that everything is shipping.
Right.
You know,
late November,
1st,
whatever. Oh, okay.
I was like, okay. Cool.
It'll get there when it gets there, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of it is
who cares?
Yeah, what's another couple days.
They keep delaying everything, so
yeah.
I'm just happy there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Allegedly, I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, or so they say. Yeah. I want to talk about it a little bit because it's sort of there were like review copies, I guess, that went out, and people are sort of talking about some of the fine details of what's been good, what's not, what's expected, what wasn't expected, and sort of some of the differences and stuff. But before I say some of those details, the message that I got from Jiggy 2-ish days ago, or was it yesterday? The first thing he writes, before there's any link or anything other, although it was a few messages together, but it read at 11:57 a.m. Analogue 3D is not for you, man. And then followed by a YouTube video by Modern Vintage Gamer, who's a pretty good, digs into a lot of
good old MVG. I love it.
Yeah, very, very good stuff. So I did watch that. I've read a couple articles and stuff like that. And essentially, the main reason I think that you said that right off the bat was my plan initially was, because this is how I'm playing the majority of these games, is the EverDrive and plugging that into my N64 and playing it that way. But I would have been very disappointed if I did not cancel my order and it arrived sometime in the next month or two. I put that cart in, or I realized through reviews like this, oh, hey, that's not going to work right now. So that's one of the current limitations. Early days, things could change, hacks come out there, all those types of things. But as of right now, that message that you wrote, Jiggy, was absolutely right. Because as of right now, it would not be for me.
Yeah, it's one of those things too. There's a little bit of inconsistent, I won't say inconsistent information, but people having different results with different flash carts, and people saying this one works, and people saying no, it doesn't, and people saying, oh, this one works, and then other people saying no, it doesn't, and it just keeps going around. But the prior, you use an X5, correct?
I do.
Yeah. So that particular one does not work right at this moment. I'm hoping maybe there's hope. I used the 7. I'm hoping maybe it'll work, but it also seems like it could be something that would be updated with firmware. Definitely on the flash cart side of things, it kind of sounds like Analogue is like, we don't want to do that, but it's, I don't know.
Is
They don't
this
wanna
is this
tip it
something
to
they
it.
didn't mention, say, when they were talking about the 3D? About
As
like
far as I
about
can tell, they didn't mention it at all. They just
okay.
basically talked about it's going to upscale, it's going to do 4K
Yeah.
this, the connection, the control, like those types of things. When you really look at it, and when I was reading some of the reviews, and one of the ones I have pulled up, I'll share the screen so you guys can kind of see it too. It is from Digital Foundry. That was one of the ones that broke down a lot of the sort of technical specs, which is a lot of what they do anyways. That basically said it's interesting that most of these reviews and these hands-on over the last couple of weeks, as of this recording here, at least anyways, was finding out what it does because they didn't provide a lot of that information.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you have like the handhelds, for example, which Thrak, I think we talked briefly about it, or you talked about them a little bit
Yes,
on
I
the
do have an
episode.
Analog Pocket. It's sitting back there. I should have pulled it out. It's a little
No,
dusty, but yeah, I have it. I use it mainly for my Game Gear games because I'm trying to do a complete collection for the Sega Game Gear, and the hardware itself is notoriously tough to deal with because of like bad capacitors and the screens aren't great, all that kind of stuff. I have a Game Gear. Yeah, battery. I have a Game Gear, but like, it works kind of rough. So I figure I just get a pocket with the adapter and I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
and that's totally fair.
And I think the pocket is fine with like Game Boy flash cards. I'm not sure. I don't have enough Game Boy games to really check. So
but the thing is with it is that the thing is, it feels like, anyway, and I could be wrong, but it feels like the pocket ones are, it's understandable that like you just have the carts and it works and that's how it goes. And
yeah, because collecting for handheld consoles is usually a lot cheaper.
Yes,
like Game Gear is one of the
Game
cheapest. Yeah, well, Game Boy's gone up, but like the Game Gear is one of the
yeah.
cheapest consoles you can collect for.
Right. As is, I mean, Bill, you maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know from a couple of friends who have a decent amount of Genesis games, Genesis is kind of like that too, but that may have changed in the last.
Depends on the game.
Depends on the game. Sure.
It used to be a lot cheaper, but I think Sega nostalgia has kind of boosted everything, unfortunately.
Right. All those damn Sonic movies. That's what they did. Watch those movies. They're great.
Well, it doesn't help that like there's a bunch of people like me and Bill who just love Sega. So
right, just gobble it all up and everything. Yeah.
Sorry, I like Crazy Taxi.
The thing is, like, you can go to a retro store and you'll find like 20 copies of Sonic 1, and they're not that expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for like Phantasy Star 4, good luck.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It was hard getting my copy of Shining Force back there. I don't know if you can see it. I have a CIB of Shining Force.
See, where's
nice.
It's sitting on the shelf back there.
Ooh, look at that. Ooh,
see it?
It's in the shelf. Ooh.
Yeah. That cost a pretty penny, but it was worth it.
Yeah. There's always going to be a couple of those regardless of the console. But I guess my point is that it's something about it being a sit on your desk or table or entertainment system console feels different, and not knowing that much about it, and because of the price, not that a lot of their stuff is cheap, like their stuff is a premium price, feels like, it's, when you really think about it, as exciting as this was, we didn't really know that much about it.
We knew nothing about it for the longest time. And like, we got one video after they, keep in mind, I think they delayed the shipment like once or twice already.
2 or 3 times at least.
We got like one video that showed 1080 snowboarding with like CRT scan lines, and like it looked good on the TV, but they didn't really show any gameplay. They didn't show anything. They just showed like it could have been a mock-up for all we know. Like it could have been totally fake.
Just screenshots. There's no video.
Well, there was a video, but it was just like the intro of 1080 snowboarding playing. It was like nobody was doing anything. Like they weren't actually playing. It was just like running.
Was it like Coleco Chameleon levels of like this is sketchy, or was it at least like legitimate?
It was like no, it was
it could go either way. I think it could go.
Yeah. Did you say the Amico? Is that what you said?
No. The Coleco Chameleon was like like this weird thing.
That actually did release, unlike the Amico.
The Amico didn't release. I thought you were going that way. I was like, I'm still waiting for Earthworm Jim 4.
That's right.
Keep waiting, dog.
See, the Coleco Chameleon was funny because when they first showed it off, someone looked at it and was like, "That's just the Super Nintendo shoved inside an Atari Jaguar shell," like because you could tell by the back. Then they were like, then they later came back. They're like, "Okay, we're sorry. Here's this nice clear model that's actually got some hardware inside." And everyone looked at it and were like, "Sir, that's a capture card."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it never happened. The only thing that was significant about it was they bought the Atari Jaguar shell molds from that dental company that owned them before.
Yep.
Now they're in some museum, thankfully. But yeah, those molds have had a weird journey.
Oh, at least there's somewhere. Yeah, at least it's something. Yeah. So like the CRT thing. So some of the stuff I wanted to bring up was interesting. Like I learned a lot just by reading this and watching those videos and stuff. It's just like so there's overclocking. There's different modes of overclocking for the console. And obviously, I think we've talked about this on and off through certain games, and there's limitations of the console, which is just, it's a cartridge. It's the generation. It's how Nintendo made this. There's a lot of reasons why the 64 is what it is, because the cartridge does a lot of the work, which is typically not how this stuff worked or could work. And they pigeonholed the power into just a couple of what do they call them? Where was it here that they were talking about it? Bottlenecked it. All the sound and processing was done directly on the CPU. There's a reality coprocessor. It was all just the same pipeline. That's what I was thinking of. All going through that.
Yeah.
So
the memory pipeline is just awful on the N64.
Exactly. Well, exactly.
The 64 bits in the N64 is like one of the most unnecessary things ever for a console when you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you find out the Wii U is only 32-bit. Think about that one for a minute.
It's interesting because
different terms.
Different, exactly. But what the 3D seems to want to do, or seems to be what the technology is doing, is not bottlenecking things and making sure that it can be processed differently and the RAM works and those types of things. So it sounds like it's trying to do the job, but it doesn't sound like it's consistent across the board, and it doesn't seem like for every game that frame rate, for example, is improved.
Right.
So
results,
if that's what you're looking for, you may or may not get it depending on the game. I think the Sarge's Heroes games are a prime example of like, oh, this thing has crazy frame rate issues every once in a while, and I ran into that again in 2. But some games, if you think, oh, I'm gonna plug that in, I'm gonna put that card in, that Bill that you were holding before, it's gonna improve this. I don't know about that game in particular, about Sarge's Hero 2 in particular, but it may not do anything, and it might just fancy up the graphics a little bit. And like,
I think it's safe to say that they probably focused in on popular games.
I was going to say that.
Yes.
Because GoldenEye was confirmed, Perfect Dark was confirmed.
Perfect Dark has something here.
Yeah.
Like Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, Banjo, like, those games are going to be fine.
Yeah.
So they said that they actually mentioned the rare games specifically because of the way that they were made. They could actually focus on their games specifically a little bit more, just because of the way that the memory's read or the way that they're constructed, whatever it is. So that's good. And this is like a screen that Digital Foundry put up of Perfect Dark. So on the left, I think it's left for you guys too. On the left is an actual like a mod on PC for Perfect Dark to up the frame rate and make it run a little bit smoother and stuff. And on the right is what the 3D did, and it's much more consistent at 30 frames, and everything is running a little smoother and stuff like that. So it works depending on the game. And like Thrak, like you guys just said, maybe a little bit more for games like this and that were more popular and are more likely to be played, I guess, at least right now.
Yeah. Like, I'd be curious to the Aki wrestling games, how they would run on that thing.
Oh yeah. And wrestling games typically run into a decent amount of slowdown.
Yeah.
I'm curious,
and those are like my favorite N64 games are the ones Aki made. So
I'd be curious about a game like Rocket Robot on wheels with like its really weird physics engine, how that would work.
Right. I think Resident Evil 2 would be an interesting one. See how that runs.
Oh, Resident Evil 2 can't confirm, has a lot of issues.
Well, that game is like wizardry to begin with.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because it was so tough to get on there in the first place.
Modern Vintage Gamer actually highlighted that game in particular, and there's a scene where like the audio was like desyncing from the video.
Oh,
and it was.
I did see that. Yeah, that's
bad.
right.
Although, I can't confirm this, but it sounds like there's probably going to be firmware updates, and things will probably get smoothed out quite a bit.
It sounds like a lot of this comes down to just the N64 being such a weird, funky beast in general.
Yeah.
Like emulating it just like the simple emulation, it took a long time for it to really
It's not
get
easy.
to where it is
It's
now.
still not
No,
great,
it's a lot better than it used to be.
Yeah.
But it still does run into its issues as well. And that's, I think, probably a much easier process to figure out than doing this hardware thing. I do have one question about this thing. Does it have its own proprietary controller, or do you have to use like an old school
it does controller? But it's separate.
Yeah.
You have to
it doesn't come with it?
No. But
no, it's an extra $80 or whatever it is.
$80.
I didn't get it. They're highlighting using the 8-bit dough, or is it 8-bit dough brand?
It's an 8-bit dough one. Yeah, that's what it is.
Dough?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be good.
Use any N64 like whatever,
naturally,
but it has ports. So
yeah, it's just weird that they wouldn't give you like, here's the new controller, give it a try. You know,
the wireless Switch one. I don't know if anybody's confirmed. Like, I think it has Bluetooth.
I think it does, but I haven't seen anyone say that the NSO controllers work. But
everyone
also
jumps to the 8-bit dough because they're trying to sell it.
Yeah,
but also that's the one that that's the only one that they've confirmed that actually works. So people have tried Xbox controllers, for example, and it doesn't work, and that's just Bluetooth.
I bet you could get a
That's
Bluetooth
weird.
N64 adapter and use the NSO.
I feel like the NSO N64 controller is the one you'd want to use.
Yeah,
because
if you can,
like it's the freshest one.
Yeah, for sure. So it's interesting. There's stuff to sort of iron out, I guess.
No internal upscaling, which was a big deal, but I honestly think it looks pretty good with the filters and everything you can kind of push out.
I just want, for me, it was, I want to experience as many of these games as possible. Not even necessarily like to run smoother. I think frame rate is bigger to me than saying, oh my God, the graphics and the 4K. What, like, you're not going to fundamentally change the game. I know that that's not possible. I don't want that. I don't want all of a sudden to take Mario 64 and make it look like it was on 360, generation of graphics. I don't
like
need
those
that.
360 N64 remasters of Banjo and Perfect Dark and all them. I have those all in rare replay.
The functioning version of Perfect Dark. Yes.
Yeah, the rare replay stuff. I got all that, and they're great.
Yeah, but I don't, I don't have to play every game in that updated, quote unquote, updated style, right? Like, that's fine. I don't need that. I don't need Sarge's Heroes 2 to look perfection, as if it was out last year. Like, that's fine.
That'd be awesome.
It would be great. I think it would be cool. I feel like that's what these games need, is something more modern. But
I love upscaling old PS1 and 64 games, because I'm always like, you're not going to make a game from this era look like that much better, no matter what you do.
I think it
just looks more shiny.
I will say though, having that modern sort of digital solution, this gives me hope that it's going to look pretty good, because I'm kind of just hoping it's going to be comparable to NSO, but I can use my actual N64 library.
Yeah,
like, that's all I'm really hoping for. I'm not gonna get a 4K output out of my N64. Like, I don't care. But I will say that blowing my N64 up on my flat screen out of my living room doesn't really look that great. I would actually argue that the PS1 looks better when I blow it up on my flat screen, and I don't know if that's due to the anti-aliasing, like the blur and everything. I do have a Super Eon 64 HDMI, like, just dongle, just goes in the back of the analog out on the N64, and it looks pretty good. I play most of my N64 games that way, and then it goes through my capture card, and people on stream are always like, are you actually playing this in N64 because it looks really good? And I like literally have the thing, like, the lights on and everything. I'm like, it's right here. You can see me playing it with the cartridge inside.
Yeah,
like, people don't believe it sometimes.
And you don't get any input latency or anything like that.
Not noticeable.
No, I have I don't have the same device you do, but I do have a card and stuff like that, and I've never run into any major issues at all. So nothing that I've noticed where I'm like, oh, I can't do this. Like, this is just not going to work. And then when I put it on I've taken a couple pictures in the last few weeks of some of the games that we've played, like Castlevania, for example, on the TV in our basement. It's 70 inches. It's not the fanciest TV, but the TV is just massive. And it's like, I go like this with my arms and I'm reaching, and and I put it in 4:3 as well. And it's still like this huge thing. And it kind of looks like a mess, but I'm like, I'm sitting in the dark. I'm playing Castlevania. Like, so
you can count the polygons.
I can count the polygons. That's right.
It's kind of
like this. I can have one polygon per hand. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like whenever I mess around with like Bleamcast, like playing like Metal Gear Solid or Gran Turismo, because there's just something really funny about playing a PS1 game on a Dreamcast, and it just it looks better. It's so weird.
I mean, a lot of Dreamcast games were just PS1 ports.
Fair, but these are like you're playing a PS1 disc in a Dreamcast, and it's something about that is weird.
Yeah, that's like crossbreeding. That's just wrong.
That's right. Yeah,
The best part is the Bleemcast disc. When you boot that up, it just like trash talks Sony like the entire time throughout it. Like refers to them as the evil company and stuff.
I mean, they are, but whatever.
Sony did kill them very pettily. So.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, Jiggy, we'll report back when you get your hands on with yours. Hopefully your NSO controller works. That'd be really cool. I'm sure some people are going to try them out as well. And
next episode, probably I'll have it.
Right. At least next one, maybe the one after, whatever. And we'll just see how things go, and we'll talk about it because that'd be kind of cool to sort of hear how it's going and what games you try out. Things like that matters too, right? You have a few more actual physical cartridges, so than I do. I have some, but I don't have as many as I wish. So right now, I
just realized how scattered around I pointed to that shelf, and like I do have a bunch on that shelf, but
down there, but also
like thrown across my table here.
Well, my favorite part is you pointed, and my eye immediately is like Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
I noticed that too. Yeah. So, it feels like this like analog 3D thing. It's more meant for like enthusiasts who have all their physical games and want like a fresh piece of hardware to play it to like match their TV or entertainment setup or whatever. That feels like what it's meant for. But like, if you want to like play these games like with improved resolution and frame rate and all that good shit, I think the obvious answer is just go emulate it, bro. Just go get Project 64, figure out how to work it, and that'd probably be an easier solution.
But Thrak, I love plugging it in and then taking out, blowing into it, plugging it back in, blowing into it, plugging it back in.
See, every time I put an N64 cart into the console, it never felt like it was sitting all the way.
No, because it's so loose.
It's so loose. I know, because I was so used to the Genesis where that thing locks in the fucking place and doesn't move. So when I got to this, I'm like, oh, does it? I don't know. It never felt right.
I mean, I was an SNES kid and whatever, but like all my friends that had an NES, talk about a cartridge that barely finds its way into the console. The fact that like the door was constantly open and we'd have to like literally jam someone's slipper inside the console to keep it down and locked in order to play a game. Like,
apparently you never had to actually push it down.
I know you never actually had to, but for some reason, or it didn't have to go down all the way or something like there was something about
feels
it.
Right.
It just
like VHS
I think when you push it down, the idea is it's meant to kind of like help lock the pins in place for better connection. But the problem is they bend. So over time, that's why a lot of them just don't work super well because they just don't. Yeah, they've just been bent too much.
That's why I bought a top loader.
I was gonna say they have the top loader. It also looks cool. Like why not?
But it doesn't have AV.
You have to mod it. You have to mod it or find like a rare version Nintendo did official modding back.
Yeah, there is a really rare. There are rare ones that do have
because it originally came out with just RC. I believe the Japanese version it was called the Famicom AV in Japan. Like it was made for that.
Oh, is that why it's called AV? Is because it has the AV in
it?
Oh,
yeah. Okay. In the Japanese version, in the Western version, it didn't because I guess AV wasn't common yet. But a lot of people called and complained, and they said, "Oh, send them to us. We'll mod it to give you AV."
Hell yeah.
And they did. And there are a few of those floating out around there, probably for like $5 million.
Yeah. Something stupid.
I just love the
select 3 people that did it. Like it's just.
Yeah, exactly.
I just love the Super Nintendo with its eject button. I think Classic Gamer referred to it as a toaster. Like he's like, this thing is like a toaster. Just pops up.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a toaster with a couple purple buttons.
When I had my Super Nintendo, I always tried to mash the eject button as hard as I could to see how far the game could fly out.
Nerd actually have a proper like Super Nintendo toaster? Like it looked.
He had the NES toaster.
He had he had the Nin toaster, and that was made by a different guy who like made it as like a weird modding project, like separate. And then they found him. He made a different one just for them. And actually, there's a video. I think his YouTube channel. It's still up. I think it's called like Vomit Saw. And he has a whole instructional video on how to make the Nin toaster. And the one he made is the one he gave to the nerd.
See, I always remember Sega was like ridiculous with their cartridges because like Sega, you always had to like really like get that thing out of there.
Oh yeah. But it felt more stable in there,
Yeah,
Man, look at that thing.
I know.
That this broken
Like
thing.
compared to this, that thing looks like so space age.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Also, fun fact: this copy of Ken Saden is actually a baseball game because I got bamboozled at a flea market.
It's a little dusty,
Dude,
sorry.
no.
It's a little dusty, but yeah.
Bamboozled.
Yeah, they said it was Ken Saden. I plugged it into some baseball game. I was like, God. I was like, okay.
Damn it.
It wasn't even a good baseball game.
Yeah.
Probably not.
There's
so
a
mad.
few. There's a
I
few.
was so mad. I put it away in storage, and now it just lives in this broken one in the background.
It's still serving a purpose, though. It's serving a purpose.
Yeah, it's for an example of how strong the cartridge holds into the
That's right.
console.
That's right. There you go.
It's his immediate show and tell.
Yes.
That's right. There you go.
It's live there until I find a broken 3DO that I can stick in the background. So
there you go.
Just wait
okay,
for
let's
the analog 3DO.
there we go. That would let's do that. Okay, let's talk 3DO-ish, sort of. 3DO made these Army Men games, or at least a good chunk of them. Sarge's Heroes 2 is one of those. Bill, let's start with you. We played the first. We all thought it was okay, which was basically the rating that we gave on your show. Any changes with 2? Anything in particular that you're like, actually, this is a hell yeah, as opposed to an okay?
It's better. So I will say right off the bat, I played both of these full playthroughs.
That's right. So 64 and PS2, if people aren't watching, he's got the 64 cartridge and the PS2 disc as well.
So the 64 game controls about the same. It might be a little better. I think
controls are a tiny bit different. Like the buttons themselves are a little bit different. A couple
different,
but
the
layout's
that
different.
First thing I did was I went in and remapped all the buttons to be exactly the same as the first game. It's like I'm not relearning this.
The buttons were different, but the analog stick felt a little it mostly the same, I'd say, compared to the first game.
Yeah.
This game, on the other hand, I actually think they redesigned the controls, and this actually felt, I'm not going to say good, but I didn't have a problem controlling this game, the PS2 version. It felt
like a game.
Like its tank controls, the camera is like too sensitive.
Oh my god!
Like to be honest, you don't even need the camera because you just tank control around and you're fine. But this felt like a significant improvement compared to the first game.
Is it structurally the same? Like, and they just redid the actual mechanics of it? Is that basically what it is?
It's prettier. It's missing one level. The music is it's interesting. The music is better, but it's not the same as the PS1 version. Like the PS1 version has different tracks in certain places for some reason. But other than that, like about the same. The cutscenes they're more compressed in N64, but they're about the same regardless. So I believe this is considered the definitive version, even though I think this got higher reviews.
64 one got higher reviews. Interesting. Yeah,
I think.
I guess maybe at the time it was. I mean, it's a couple years before, 2 years before, I think, the PS2 one. So, PS2 is I think 2002.
Oh, actually, no, the N64 got the worst reviews.
Never mind. So the N64 version was the first one to come out on September 27th, 2000. The PS2 version came out March 22nd, 2001.
2001. There it is. Yeah. Thrak, what about you? You played the PS2 one, I think, right?
Yes. I have played the N64 version, but a very long time ago. That copy is long gone. And I remember playing Sarge's Heroes 1 and 2 on N64 back in the day. I was like, nothing too crazy. So I was like, let me just do the PS2 version because I think it'll be the easiest to play and all that stuff. And I was correct. It definitely looks a lot better. Oh, hi, Sora too.
Get out of here, Sora too.
Yeah, it definitely looks a lot better. The controls feel improved. Everything feels a bit more snappy. The frame rate it actually has a consistent frame rate. Though I was emulating it, so I may have that going for me. I had it at 60 pretty much the whole time. I genuinely think this is a better game than the first one. I was thinking to myself, if Sarge's Heroes 1 is like an alpha, like a very rough early alpha of an idea, then Sarge's Heroes 2 is like the coming together beta. Like, it's still not perfect. It definitely has its issues, but it feels like a noticeable improvement over the first game.
You know how I kind of thought about it?
What's that?
Sarge's Heroes 2 is what Sarge's Heroes 1 could have been if they actually took their time and like actually put effort into it.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah. Because
there's
with 1, I had a lot of issues with like repetitive mission structures and not great level designs and all that.
Mhm.
And this game, to me, that was the biggest improvement. Like, I thought the levels were a lot more cleverly made. Like, this mission we're seeing here when you have to, navigate your way through the fridge. I thought that was actually a really cool idea.
and it's the first or second level, like it's like really early. You're like, oh, this is what they're doing. This is cool.
Yeah, and it's not just like, oh, go get this person and throw him into the portal. Get this guy, get him to the portal. There's more variety in it, which says to me that was what people were complaining about at the time, and they listened and tried their best to fix it. They probably had a little bit more time with this one than the first one. First one they had like 3 weeks. I think this one they had like 5 weeks. And those extra 2 weeks really show.
I'm sorry. I'm so distracted by all the products in this fridge.
I was 100% looking at all of them.
Great. Yeah.
Like Blunder Bread. I would love to try Blunder Bread. 3DO Farms milk.
What does the Chinese takeout say? Like
wax,
walk or
something.
wax takeout. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
whack. No, it's whack.
Whack.
Yeah.
I know 3DO Farms milk is funny to me.
Yeah. And then you have the kernel or whatever
that says yummy on the side of it.
Yeah. First thing I did, I was like, ooh, a fridge? Ooh, I'm gonna look at all the items. Like, that's 100% what I do.
Oh yeah, you got to.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to.
That's one thing about 3DO that I find amazing is how often they will shill their own company in their games.
I love it.
But it's not egregious. It doesn't take it. It's fun.
Yeah.
So
it's our game. We can do what we want.
It's the same level of like Namco, because Namco love to self-reference their stuff in everything. But everyone's always like, "Oh, it's cute. Go for it."
I love when companies get pretentious. Did the soda just explode?
Yeah, that's the secret serum, dude.
The serum. That was my little spiel at the beginning. Was the fact that it was in pop and soda bottles. Like, it was just like, okay.
I did not retain anything. I guess.
And you played 2 of them.
I know.
You played way more than 2 of them.
No, I played. Yeah.
Well, the problem is 1 and 2. After a while, they will blend together in your head. You'll be like, "Oh, in 2 we did this." It's like, no, you did that in 1.
Yeah,
you sure?
I could see that. Yeah. This particular level where you're in the freezer. Once you navigate through the fridge, you're in the freezer. I was like, "Holy shit! There's a giant fucking robot. What the hell is going on here?" Like
Megazord.
Yeah.
Secret weapons.
This is the Power Rangers game I wanted, Jiggy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You guys played the N64 version of that. The PlayStation version is still bad, but significantly better.
Oh, I don't know how you can get worse. No, I'm definitely curious because anything can be better than that. Jiggy, what did you think of Sarge's Heroes 2?
Largely what was said.
Yeah.
It's the first game. I feel like it's the stuff I was complimenting about the first game, just sort of like pushed over, and they honed in on that. Like the levels are shorter and smaller, but I think that really helps. The whole being in the real world and like navigating through these absurd things like their fridge and everything, like they had to have just listened to what everyone said. Like everyone probably was like, "Oh, that was cool. Like you should capitalize on that more." And so they did.
They heard the podcast last week.
Yeah,
and made this.
Yeah, it took them about a week. Yeah.
It took about a week to do it, so they pulled it off.
Yeah, and then they released it on the PlayStation 2. Crazy.
I'm gonna shill Air Attack again. They might have listened to the praise of Air Attack and incorporated some of that stuff.
Yeah, Air Attack better live up to your expectations, man. I swear.
I'm expecting it to be the best air combat game I've played in a long time.
I wouldn't go that far, but it
move over Ace Combat.
Get out of here.
Well, no, it'd be more like
ass.
It'd be more like Soviet Strike because it's a helicopter game.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm kind of with you guys too. Like I think it feels like we're all on the same page again. Is that the game is mostly the same, but the improvements they made are
They're there.
good improvements. Like they're in the right place. They focus them in the right place, I think is what it is, right? I played through, I said this a little bit before we hit record, or maybe it was just as we hit record. I played this in normal, and I think that was a bit of a mistake, unfortunately, because there was as much as the game isn't hugely difficult, neither is the first one. But there are some areas where I got sort of bottlenecked into certain spots. There was one, I think it's when you're either just outside or just getting into the tan base, the tan army men base, where you have to escort someone. I can't remember who it is.
This is the exclusive N64 level.
Is it? Oh, it's
the wall level.
It's fucking brutal. Like it's just, it's so short and simple. You're basically going from a tank busts open a wall. You have to go to the other side of the wall of the base and escort one of the guys there, which again is what they did in the first one a lot of the time. And then you have to just sort of survive your way from point A to point B. Nothing crazy. And it's not even that long, but how many enemies and what the enemies are holding, like what weapons they're using, make it so frustrating.
Yeah.
Those are Black Widow spiders. Yeah. You just have to torch them. And I got caught on that level multiple times because your stupid friend that you're trying to rescue jumps in the middle of a rocket fire every fucking time, unless you run in front of him and make them aim at you instead of him, and the rocket goes off to the side. And if you just get that slightly off, every 45 seconds, which it takes about to get to that point, start over. I think I did it like a dozen times.
Love it.
And at one point I was like, I rage quit, which I never do. I was like, I can't do this. Like, this is stupid. There must be a better way to do this. And I put it down till the next morning and got through it. But I was like, oh man, the rest of the game though, I had no problem and it was okay. But
I found this game to be significantly easier than the first one. The first one's where I had a couple of difficulty spike moments. Here,
that's true. Yeah.
Like, I think the only part I had a little bit of difficulty with is when you're on, I think it's like you're in the bedroom and the portal with the tanks are coming out and they're coming after two of your guys, and you have to use a grenade launcher to defend them from the tanks.
Right.
And you have to aim that grenade launcher in such a specific way because it has that arc in order to take out the tanks before they blow them up.
The ground.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was like the one real difficult spot for me.
That makes sense though. Actually, I've picked up on that too. I felt the same thing.
I noticed that running gun isn't nearly as effective in this game as opposed to the first one.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. I think that was intentional as well, because I think in the first game everyone just did that. So it feels like they made it harder here so that they'd want you to actually stop and aim and all that. I think
it's more too the game actually has somewhat competently programmed AI.
It's a smarter game. There's a couple points where you'll see an enemy come out, like one of the army men, more than anything than some spider or creature or something. And sometimes they're out there, they take a couple shots and they move to the next section. Like I noticed that a couple times too. They're just programmed to do that, but you're like, oh, there's an enemy, and then they sort of run off to the side. And when you go around the corner, they're waiting for you with a couple other guys. And in the first one, that didn't really happen. It's like, okay, they're there, or they spawn out of nowhere, which I notice happens a little bit less in this one.
Well, they cleverly hide them in the background,
or they hide them in the back.
The auto aim in this one is definitely like way lessened.
Yes,
and like the auto aim in the first game, you could be like not even looking and just like turn your guy and you'll hit everybody to the left or right or wherever your
like a boomerang bullet
is facing. You just tap the same button, you're good.
Yeah. It's the Leave Harvey Oswald bullet, just a magic.
Right?
It's like Shadow the Hedgehog. It just always hits.
Where's that fourth Chaos Emerald?
I'm the coolest.
I'm the coolest.
My favorite line. Oh my gosh, I don't have my soundboard up. Like taking candy from a baby,
and that's okay.
Fine with me.
Oh god!
I don't know, the best line in that game is when he karate chops Eggman to death in one of the endings.
I can like see the animation in my head.
I've seen it before. I've never played it, but I've seen it before.
He's like, I am Shadow Android, creation of Dr. Eggman. This is who I am.
Yeah.
Every ending, just rinse and repeat.
Okay, so I don't know if I cared about the story so much in this one. I kind of liked the last one because like the first one because not that it's a massive issue or anything like that really. As much as it's improved, I think gameplay wise for me, I think I found the discovery of the portals and you're going into the quote unquote real world and stuff like we talked about in the episode with you guys, but like in comparison to this one, this was more like, they're just bringing guys back. And I thought the little, like, the sort of like zombie guys was kind of a surprise. So that was cool. But otherwise the structure and whatever of the first one, as simple as it was, maybe I'm just too simple-minded, but
so
I kind of liked it a little bit better. On the first
I have to bring this up. This plot is very amusing. Like there is some pretty funny moments throughout this game.
Yeah.
But this game's plot is so repetitive at times. Like Vicky gets captured like 4 times. I swear to God.
Oh my gosh, she gets captured like 4 times in the first hour.
It's straight up a Mario game. Like she gets kidnapped by Plastro. He wants to marry her. I'm like, it's just Bowser and Peach.
It's like, Mario Odyssey.
Kind of. I will say though, there was a great line where after that wedding thing, where the blue girl, I'm forgetting her name right now.
Bridget Blue.
Bridget Blue.
No, Blue.
Yeah.
She's flying.
She's the Rosalina.
Yeah.
That's right.
She's flying off. I love that he has a photo of his daughter in the back there, and it's the most
like it's still there from the first one. Like it's still there.
It is the hide the pain Harold face back there. But I find there's a great cutscene where after Bridget betrays you for like the 5th time, it happens a lot. She's flying off in a helicopter with General Plastro, and Sarge goes, "Oh, there goes your fiance," and then she goes, "Yeah, well, there's your girlfriend up there as well." And I just found that cutscene really funny because there's a scene earlier on where like when Bridget switches over to the green side for like the first time, Sarge is like, "Oh my God, boobs!" And if you look in the back.
Immediately smitten.
But if you look in the background, you can see Vicky over his shoulder, and she's got the biggest stink eye going on, and it's the funniest thing.
It's not long after this this sort of a castle thing. One of the differences too, even though I don't think it doesn't actually functionally do anything. You're also playing as Vicky a lot more. In the first one, or you sort of the expectation is, you're just playing as Sarge. In this, it's kind of like 50-50, I would say, or 60-40. I think it's exactly the same. Just the
she doesn't play any different or anything.
Yeah, I think it's all
the running animation is identical. Like it's the funniest thing.
They just basically took the sleeves and midsection off his suit and
gave him a ponytail.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah.
Hair.
I think this level was what surprised me the most because I didn't know really anything about this game. Just like with the first one when I went into it. And I was like, this is weird. It's sort of like a horror setting with the castle and whatever. I feel like, I didn't expect this to be this. Like it felt like it kind of came out of nowhere this stage. And then there's zombie army men. And I'm like, hell yeah. This is great.
And it is one of the better levels in the game, I think.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool. It didn't feel too repetitive. You go inside. Is it this one or now am I mixing up with the first one? We were inside the castle as well.
You do go in the castle. Yeah.
So
because Vicky gets trapped in the castle, and then you swap the Sarge and have to go save her.
Yeah. Like the 5th time that happens throughout the game.
At this point, the 5th time this level.
Yeah. This. I don't know. The zombies don't do much. But at least it's a cool idea.
They're a different kind of enemy, and that's nice.
Yeah, they're kind of bullet sponges.
Cool to see the different colored pieces come together.
Yeah. I feel like if this was the first game where they made it in 2 weeks instead of 4, they would just be all one color. It would just be tan or just be blue or something. And then this, the arm is different, the leg is a little different. I was like, this is cool.
Somebody skipped their lunch break for that.
So Blue first made their first appearance in Air Attack, but they were they weren't super developed yet character wise. This is the first game to really give the Blue faction their something, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Their mascot, they're Bridget. Yeah.
They're Vicky.
Well, they're
big boobed plastic lady.
We'll get to it at the end, but there is a sequel bait at the end of this game.
Is there? Oh, I blew right past that. I didn't even realize.
Oh, there's a bit of a tease for a game that we talked a lot about in the last episode.
Oh, is there really? Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know why I missed that. My God, I was not paying attention. I was like, oh, this game's over. Oh, geez, I didn't know that. Yeah. Any particular standout? Like, is anything? I don't know. Does anything feel different to you guys? Is anything acting like level wise? I know you guys said level structure and stuff, but I think for the most part, it's kind of the same.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool that they leaned in more to the real world stuff. I think that really helps.
Yeah.
I really like the fridge. I thought that was neat. The fridge.
It's a great way to start it. It's a great way to start things off, right? To just be like, oh, this is what we're doing. And what was it? Oh, the one thing I realized about that level was in order to get to the freezer, you just have to touch the thermostat. That's it. You don't like climb up anything or whatever. It's like, oh, just touch the thermostat. That'll zip you up to the freezer. Because
that's how that works. That's real life. Yeah.
That's right.
The real world.
Yeah.
I will say, oh, go on.
I was going to say control wise, to me, it felt a lot better. Now, granted, I was playing the PS2 version, so it's, going to feel better in general, but, and also the PS2 version, I don't know if the N64 one has, the PS2 version has a 180-degree turn.
It does.
So, if you push, I think it's like L2 or something, it's like a 180-degree turn, but there's no animation or anything. It's just like cut, and you're just like looking right behind you.
Okay, so that's interesting.
It's so jarring because when that happened, I was like, did I do something wrong?
That's exactly what I thought. So I didn't know it was there, and so it works the exact same way, which is very interesting because I could have, I didn't know if it existed in the other versions, but I was like, oh, that's a cool idea because it's sort of tanky control and it flips you around or whatever. I wasn't used to using it at first, so I was like not pressing that button, but I did press it by accident at one point and thought, oh shit, I broke something. Oh shit, this ROM is messed up.
And the thing is, it is useful in a couple situations.
It is.
I think Capcom were taking notes.
It's crazy too because in the PS2 version, because you have that second analog stick and full camera control.
Oh, that camera is dog shit. Oh my god, it's so bad.
You tap that thing lightly, and it just like 360s on you. It's like
really,
like it is so sensitive.
It's like if you're playing an FPS and you turn the sensitivity all the way up. Yeah, you flick the thing and you just spin around like a dancer. I'm like, nope. I never touched it again. The only good thing about it is if you click the right stick, it centers the camera. So that's really the only.
I like when games in general have that.
Yeah, so. That was a very common thing in the PS2 that generation.
It's just kind of funny because the game is tank controls, the camera kind of moves with with you as it goes anyway. So the camera control in the PS2 version is like pointless.
I think they did it because they didn't want the right analog stick to be nothing, Yeah.
You got to use it for something, right?
Shut up, Scribe. Sorry.
Get out of here. YouTube ads.
Yeah, so I think that was why they did it because they're like, oh, we have to do something with this right analog stick. Yeah. So they're like, we'll put in camera controls. Is it fine? Who cares? This game needs to come out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Kind of like Croc.
You got 3 more games to make.
This month.
Today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's zip ahead to the ending there, Bill, because you touched on it a little bit. So you go through the game and you're going through different areas of the real world. You're in a pinball machine.
Oh, I love that scene so
much.
That was a cool segment. Yeah,
it's such a cool idea. Yep. Did not expect that at all to have something like that.
I was so annoyed by the story there though, because there's this whole big thing about Bridget's like, oh look, I have the anti-serum which freezes everybody, and I'm like, oh, that sucks. And then it's like, nah, you can all be free. I was like, oh
yeah, because isn't the whole thing like Plastro is like trying to like solidify everybody so that nobody's sentient anymore and they just turn into the figures that they normally are, but they're like, oh, here's a serum that can like cure you of that or whatever.
Yeah, because that's how the game starts, because he was apparently solidified at the end of the first game. I kind of forgot that happened, if it did.
It's a blink and you miss it.
Yeah.
But it starts where she frees him, and then that's the whole plot, is they're creating the serum and stuff, and then this is where it's like, there's the anti-serum which freezes everybody, and it's like, oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Okay.
But then she immediately frees you right after, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of. Oh, also, by the way, the pinball machine is battle tanks.
Yes.
Which is
It
great.
wishes it was battle tanks.
Just it's like I love how it's just like it almost looks like a fan made thing because the screenshots they use are like all the same too.
Right, right.
They
Just
got
do, like, a
one
placeholder.
screenshot and they were like, "That's good."
Yeah, no, that one's good. It shows a
We'll
tank.
space it out. We'll space it out.
Blowing up.
Yeah, just put a
What's-
picture on it.
That's right.
And
How will they know?
advertise
It
mobile
does
phone.
make navigating that pinball machine level kind of a pain in the ass because the whole point is you have to go through all of the innards of it in order to find your crew to get them out. And
You
it
know what
sucks.
this looks like? I just realized.
What does it look like?
This is Patonk. This is straight up Patonk.
Well, Patonk is actual garbage. This game is
I
not
know.
actual garbage. Patonk, for those who don't know, it's this weird pinball game where you are the ball.
Yeah, you play. It's a pinball game where you play as the
it's
ball.
that one.
It's a game that's a really interesting idea. We talked about it on the show on episode whatever. It's a real interesting idea, but it is not executed well at all.
No.
I think I suggested that like if a modern indie dev were to take that idea and make a game out of it, it'd probably be really cool.
Ooh,
Yeah. So
I could do that.
Sonic Spinball ?
Sonic Spinball isn't great, but I like it.
That's playable. Patonk wasn't playable.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Spinball is playable at least. I did like the level where it was the pool table, and you had to sort of like navigate like on top of it, and then you go in, and I thought that level design was actually really good.
Jesus, big tackle.
Jesus. and then like 2 seconds later, he's like, "Where's Bridget?" And she's like, "She's over there."
How did
Whoa,
she twirl that assault rifle with her one hand?
There she is. She's gone.
Oh no, she's
no.
gone.
Nobody watched her bolt the second you like threw her across the room.
It's like, well,
No,
roll credits.
He was twirling the gun. Everyone was distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, look at my gun while she gets away.
I forgot the CG cutscene isn't here where he plays dead.
yeah. The
And the
PS1,
PS2
PS2 versions just have straight up CG cutscenes, which for some reason, emulating them in PCSX2, for some reason they didn't always show up.
Okay,
I
I
don't know
understand
why.
why you didn't. I understand why you didn't notice, Dave, because in the PS2 version, it's an actual CG cutscene. That scene there is implying Portal Runner.
Legit.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
A little bit.
It's all
Yes.
connected.
Oh, what?
Whoa!
Oh,
Yeah. Speaking of hell, yeah.
Wow.
I thought those ads were
Speaking of
gone.
baton twirling.
Some like
Ads
some
are
like
definitely
predatory
not gone.
some predatory ass mobile game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So cues up Portal Runner. Okay, so if anyone didn't listen yet or hasn't heard, we talked and got overly excited probably for Portal Runner, which is an offshoot game that for me personally, had seen but had no idea it was anywhere in any way associated with Army Men games.
Yeah, most people don't know that.
Yeah, most people
There's no
don't. 'Cause it
reason for
doesn't-
that.
Yeah, there's lots of reasons for it. Yeah. And I guess there's a tease in the PS2 version for that, like when it ends.
Well, that tease at the end of this game was also for it, but it's much more clear in the PS2 version because it's a full CG cutscene.
Yeah, which I noticed when I was looking up, sort of trying to find like commercials and stuff like that for this, or ads or anything like that. There's a couple of ads for this game in particular that are a full CG, like minute-long commercials, and it feels like there actually could be a cutscene from like the beginning of the game, for example. I don't know if they're for sure. And I was like, ooh, this looks kind of cool. It kind of looks like, what they were trying to do at the time, late 90s sort of CG stuff. It doesn't look great, but hey, that's interesting. I'm excited to try this on the 64. No, 64 doesn't have any of that.
No.
Naturally.
Yeah. I was like, but it happens.
I mean, they got it running. That's impressive enough.
Yeah, they got it running in 3 weeks and a lunch break. So that's not too bad. So I think overall, Jiggy is this the first one? I think we said, yeah, give it a shot. It's pretty good. But this one, people should play it, right? I think.
Yeah, I think it's honestly, I wouldn't put it too much higher than the first one. Like we keep saying it's better, but like the first one, if I gave it like a 3.5 out of 5, I would give this one a 3.7 out of 5. Like it's a little better, but it's marginally better.
Yeah,
it's like the core gameplay for me is like so similar. It could be DLC. I mean, it's like
DLC.
They're
in 2000.
They're one game. They're one game as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, realistically, they should have been one.
They should have been one game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if they
took
could
out
have
6
fit
games
more,
that are each like 2 hours long, it's like, or you could have had one game.
well,
that
that's the
was-
other thing is like if you want to get quote unquote invested in either of these games, especially I think the first one, well, actually you're right. The levels in this, some of them are a lot shorter, but you're not looking like you're going to invest your entire week to it, you know,
No.
which kind of helps because we played these games sort of back to back. So, so it's not like you're not behind on your backlog if you give these ones a shot. So, I think this one puts a better foot forward. I think like it's going to impress a little bit quicker because of the way the levels start. I think like I said, I still think that the story was a little bit more interesting and had a little bit more like surprise to it, aside from the zombie stuff, than the first one did. But Thrak, I think, said it first too. But like the level design's better in this, and that's evident from like even the first couple stages.
Yeah.
So
the structure in general is just it. I should say I won't say it's better. I say it actually has a structure.
That's true.
Like
yeah,
they put more effort into actually making a game. Like they had the idea with the first one, and then this one they kind of were like, okay, now we can actually design something around this.
yeah, I can actually execute those ideas that we had and didn't have 2 lunch breaks to do. So
I do say I really want to play the PS2 version now, since you
Yeah.
covered it, and it's, I don't know, it just seems like it might be even more marginally better than the
It gets to about a 385.
There you go.
cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That ain't
It's-
bad. That ain't bad.
The
Pretty good.
PS2 version definitely feels like they put a lot more effort into it, like
I
at least to clean it up.
I think they
Yeah.
were like they saw the hardware they had with the PS2 and went, "Oh, thank God, we're not limited anymore."
And now
I'm
we
not-
can
Well, at least
accomplish
they
our
did
true
it.
Vision.
Yeah, they
What's that?
did.
Now we can accomplish our true vision.
Yeah.
Keep in mind too, though, they were also developing this for 3 different SKUs, like because there's also the PS1 version, which apparently, from what I read, controls better than the N64, but worse than the PS2.
I don't really know
Mm.
how you control drastically worse than this. Not that it's terrible, but like what do you do to screw it up? Because it's so simple. Like I don't.
Tank controls. I don't know.
Yeah. Like
I maybe it's like how snappy it'll feel, because
Right.
It's a
especially
little
with this being
tighter
like
from what I heard.
with this
Yeah.
being like a third person shooter, it needs to feel tighter and more responsive, because you don't want to like have somebody shooting you and you have to slowly turn around so you can aim and hit them. That
yeah,
never feels
that's
good.
true. Yeah.
You
that's
snap
true.
back and it cuts immediately.
The PS2 also just kind of runs better, but that makes sense because the hardware's just better.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. These games needed the emotion engine.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, 128 bits supposedly.
I won't say that this ran particularly worse or better on N64 either than the first game.
I
The
put it
high-res version.
on. I mean, again, it's on the EverDrive. It did recognize that I have the expansion pack, so I tried it on the high res version or whatever they called it in this one.
Yeah.
I ran into a few areas that were really chunky. That were
But
like,
did you switch high res off and it was better?
I did on a different level. So there's one particular level. I think it might actually even be that same level I was talking about earlier, or a little bit after that. Anyways, it's one of the outdoor levels in the Army Men world. I can't remember exactly which one it was. I was like, oh, this is really getting along. Like, thank God I only had to play this level twice. I only died one time, whatever. I did turn it off after that, and there was still some slowdown, but like it's just so unfortunate that like at the tail end of the life cycle of this console that, oh, use this. The expansion pack's supposed to help so much, and there's only a few months left in the life of this console as far as, game releases go, and it's still just struggling. Like it's just, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame the hardware. I would blame the developer.
Yeah.
sure.
In this
too.
case, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Only so many weekends available in 2000.
It's 52.
50. Well, 51 after they made this, I guess.
Yeah.
And then of course, so you got PS2. Whatever. Thrak will really quickly touch on it. We did a little extra homework as well. We played a little bit of the Game Boy Color game.
Oh god. Yeah.
Do tell, sir. Do tell.
Okay, so
Another
I did not play a lot of it. I was like, you know what, let me just see what it is. I loaded up. I hear some of the worst music I've ever heard in my life is bad. Like the Game Boy Color has a really good sound processor. They do not utilize it here. Like, it is awful. And then you push start and then they do some talking, who cares? And they're like, all right, pick a character. And I was like, Vicky. And so I pick Vicky, and next thing I know, I am on, like, it's top down, and I'm on a motorcycle just driving aimlessly shooting people. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I did that for like 5 minutes and just went, I'm good, man. I don't need to. I don't need to keep playing this.
You mean you don't want to hear? Oh wait, hold on.
Oh, you got more for me?
I got the gameplay.
Oh, hit me.
Oh, that's really loud. Oh boy. There we go. That's better.
Well,
bad.
They had bass and drums.
Yeah, that's pretty much
What is
it.
wrong with Sarge's face? What is going on there?
Oh God, what is this?
Helicopter. Can't you tell?
This is an air attack.
The helicopter.
It's like Max Headroom.
Where's
This
the
is
little
like RC Pro-Am if it was bad.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was like on this motorcycle, and I'm like, oh, and it does not control well at all.
It doesn't. It's so inconsistent. It's crazy.
Was that a
and there's no
effect?
there's no sound unless you're shooting during the actual, like, the sound's on. It's not muted right now. The game is on. Nothing's happening.
We're live.
There you go. There's some parts.
Gosh.
Okay,
He's
that's
looking great.
Oh God.
She's done well for herself. She's got a motorcycle
and a speedboat.
It's not a bad looking Game Boy Color game.
It's not terrible looking. They have a little cutscenes in between, whatever. But no, Thrak's right. It's not great.
It's pretty bad.
It's not great. Yeah.
It definitely feels like they made it because someone said, "Oh, you should probably make a portable one because we should make games for the Game Boy Color." And they're like,
everybody's doing it, guys.
It was
like the GBA was not that far off at this point.
No.
Why is the milk on fire?
2 months. Yeah, this is an ad we have pulled up. It says Cold War. The fridge is open and milk is on fire. Everybody.
And where's Vicky? Why is Vicky not in any of these screenshots?
Oh, did you guys notice in that commercial when he says "fire in the hole" and then he throws it in the turkey's butthole?
Yes. And he's a leg man. And then what does he say when he opens up the yogurt? He's like, "Oh, chick food" or something.
Yeah.
This food's for gays.
Also, I'm pretty sure they couldn't afford Jim Cummings for the commercials.
The commercial, yeah.
No.
Oh, that's the other thing. The voice work, I think, is exactly the same.
Yeah,
Jim
Cummings voices every male character again.
See, I didn't notice it in the first one, but then when I played the second one, I had that in my head and I noticed it.
Oh yeah, Plastro sounds like Pete. Like he really does.
The good to go, and then Vicky, every time she picks something up, she's like, ooh, yeah. Like she's just so sexual about everything. And it makes no fucking sense.
No.
These games are like the epitome of late 90s, early 2000s in a lot of ways.
I even think, maybe not. Maybe I was too young to really notice the difference between, like, let's say 95 and 2000. But I feel like if you look back, looking back 30 years or so on these, I feel like the mentality of like, let's say this particular game, mostly because of the Vicky stuff and of Blue and things, like, I feel like we were kind of past that or starting to get past it, and they were just going for it. But I could be wrong. I could be like,
I feel like the late 90s, early 2000s was kind of the peak of that stuff.
Yeah,
I think it wasn't until we got further into the 2000s where
it was definitely further where it was much more
exactly. I think you need another 5-10 years on that.
Even 10. Oh, okay. I was maybe 5.
Yeah.
But
I was only a child then, so what do I
exactly. That's why I don't quite remember it. I was probably all for it. Like, yeah, sexy army man lady.
I will say one of the
14.
One of the formations of, like, when we watched the trailer, we were off to the side over there. I noticed where it was laid out, like Vicky's boobs were just chilling at the bottom of the screen, and I was like, "Oh, that's nice."
I'm gonna put. Oh, that's nice.
I was like, "Okay."
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's
What a game.
I'm gonna find it now. I gotta find army girl boobs.
You're 14 all over again.
Yeah, look at that. Here I am saying I didn't know anything, and I haven't changed.
Nah, it was when we were on the side, not the top.
You and you.
Oh, I
Go,
see.
go.
Like that.
Yep, right down at the bottom of the screen.
Boys, it's supper time. Go! Hungry for some green versus tan? Fight this new Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2. Fire in the hole! Fighting new wars for PlayStation 2, PlayStation Game Console, Nintendo 64, and Game Boy Color.
It
Rated
does
everyone
make
through
me want
teen.
to play it.
I've always been a leg man. Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2. Real combat, plastic man. Good to go.
Yeah, I put that
Yeah,
crosshair on the Game Boy Color one. Just shoot it.
Yeah, yeah. If I saw this trailer back in the day, I would have been like, "Mom, give me that, please."
Yeah.
It looks so cool.
Yeah.
That looks cool.
We have army men at home.
I have a.
You probably do somewhere.
I had a couple maybe, but not really. It wasn't really a thing for me.
I'll say
I don't know.
I had a small little tub full of them.
Yeah.
So, and they were cool.
Yeah, they're fine. I know one of my cousins had all blue ones. I do remember that.
Ooh, see,
Yeah,
mine weren't green and tan. Mine were green and gray.
Yes. Oh, yes. Mine were too, actually. Yes, that's right. They did have gray. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had like maybe 20 or 30. Like it wasn't that much. It was just probably the same thing. Probably like just a small bucket of it or something. So
Yeah. I got it was like the bag or something like that you get for like $2 or something.
yeah. If it was around this time, I think we're kind of past. I think army men were a thing in like the 70s, or like early 90s.
Around the 90s, I think they were just that thing that like you'd see at the grocery store, like off to the side for like a parent to like just grab real quick to get their kid to shut up.
I think they had maybe I think they may have had a teeny bit of a resurgence because if you remember in Toy Story,
Yeah, for
the little green guys are there, and that probably made some people go, "Oh yeah, those things."
Yep.
So it was probably connected to that.
People wanted that specific bucket because I did as a kid.
Yeah, I did too.
It's like every toy commercial, those goddamn ice blocks that you never could get.
Ice blocks? Oh,
in like any toy commercial, they always have those like blocks in the background that they're doing like the karate moves on and breaking.
Yeah.
And there's a little disclaimer at the bottom saying these do not come with the toy.
They're not part of the toy. Yeah.
What am I buying this for?
Yeah, like cereal's part of a complete breakfast. Like it's the cereal, and then there's oranges, and then there's actual food beside it instead of just sugar.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Army Men is like a game that would totally be in a cereal box.
Yeah, I could actually put the army men in it. Like,
yeah, it's Chex Quest's older brother.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
I love that got a remaster.
Unbelievable.
And these don't. Shame.
I mean,
yeah, these could use it. I think like maybe tank-ish controls is okay, but like you don't have to do something vastly different. But like if it looked different, ran a little smoother, you have similar ideas. This would be the same game, but like make another one and make it modern. Which, hell yeah! Like
if you remake 1 and 2 together in like a modern sensibility as like just like a third-person cover shooter, it'd be fine.
Yeah.
It'd be perfectly fine.
It'd be worth the time for sure.
Is it bad that it took me until now to realize Vicky's on the cover?
You just now saw that?
Yes.
I didn't even notice her.
Yeah,
Plastro by Sarge's
milk
face.
See, I can't not help stare at the Plastro missing on the milk carton.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, having
they're like, honey, who's that?
Cartridge has led me to find out that he's doing like an arm gesture that I couldn't tell in this version.
Oh, he's like got his like
because they adjusted
crop it out.
where the cropping. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Like
the N64 boxes would be horizontal. That's true.
Yeah. So they could show Vicky in the back. That's why his arm's not there. That's probably why. And Plastro.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why you really want to buy this game? Trying to get that Tomb Raider crowd.
Because it's the prequel to Portal Runner. That's why.
Yeah. Yes, the best game ever made.
I do love on the back that Bridget's like overshadowed by Plastro and his massive beer gut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that's for the ladies back there.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. You gotta have it somewhere.
He's like Dr. Robotnik, and then she's like Shigo.
Yeah.
He is kind of a Robotnik kind of look, mentality, all those things. Very, very similar.
Yeah, he's a giant talking egg.
Yeah.
I forgot how much of a comedy villain he was. Like, he's not very threatening.
No.
It's just sort of a punchline kind of thing used as, or an excuse to have enemies. That's pretty much it. You know, especially in the first one. All right, boys. Army Men, Sarge's Heroes 2 and 1. So if you want to hear us talk about 1 and more 3DO experiences, where you'll find that. Sarge's Heroes 2, we just chatted about here. Check out both games. Give them both a shot. You'll probably get something out of either of them. Bill Thrak, where can everybody keep on with the 3DO experience?
Well, you can find it over at the SuperPod network. In particular, it's on every podcasting platform available. It's the 3DO experience with Bill and Thrak, but if you just type in the 3DO experience, you'll find it easily. If you just type in 3DO, you'll probably find it. We're like the only 3DO podcast.
We are the number one 3DO podcast in the world.
There you go. Nice. Jiggy, as of us sitting here right now, I believe you now have Perfect Dark in your rearview mirror.
I did it. I accomplished it. I beat the whole game on Perfect Agent. Take that. Moving on to Star Fox Adventures.
Is that next?
On Perfect Agent.
On Perfect Agent, yes. That's
Perfect
what
Fox.
Speaking of simping for video game characters.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sure.
Good segue.
Sure. You know, my favorite like little dumb fact about Adventures is the quote unquote encounter with the villain of that game that doesn't actually end up being anything. He's not coded to be able to attack you, so if you just stand there, he'll just walk into you and not do anything.
Really?
Yeah, like if you don't go far enough to trigger the cutscene, he will walk towards you and he can't attack you, so he just kind of walks into you in place and does nothing. It's
amazing. Have you seen so I played Dinosaur Planet. I played through that on a stream entirely, and you get to the last boss, which is Dracor, which is like the red dragon dude. And in Dinosaur Planet, they never finished the programming, so he's literally like one hit and he's beaten. But the thing about it is it hypes up. It's like a Dragon Ball Z style, like this. He just hypes everything up. He's like a god. It's like space, like planets are like revolving around him. You go into like this other dimension. You're like, holy crap, this is amazing. And then you just like shoot him once, and he's like, "Oh!" It's amazing.
That's somehow better than the final boss of Adventures.
That's great. I love that. Talk about getting some comedy work out of
10 out of 10
out of your game. Yeah, that's great. I love that.
That's awesome.
Nice. Okay, so Star Fox Adventures and stuff. Okay, Jiggy, look back on YouTube. That's where you can find your your stuff. Remember 64 across the board as far as finding us on YouTube and on your podcast feed, of course. The Console Creatures family we're a part of too. So check out PlayStation Generation and the Creature Cast, where we talk about a little bit more modern games. But I was on PlayStation Generation just a couple weeks ago. I've been playing Arc Raiders a decent amount, and I played a good time with some friends too. And that's a game you want to play co-op. That's all I got to say about it. And get used to having a very complicated, overwhelming inventory system. Resident Evil would be jealous. That's all I got to say. So, coming up, me and Jiggy have a few fun holiday type ideas coming up to end off 2025 and go into 2026. But until next time, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see everybody next time. Ciao. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
See you later.